Today's video is a book review. Starting strong for all of my trope fans, Marriage of Convenience. So I have two for this category, and the first book is Roomies. It's been a while since I read it. It's by Christina Lauren. I'll probably put it right here. And she has some other good books that I'll put right here. She's from a different place. She's from a different country, but she speaks English, so like foreign, but not too foreign, but she's living here, lying to her family from somewhere else, or maybe he's the one doing that. But there's one of them who's not from there, and they get married so the other person can stay in the country with them. So that's kind of like a loose plot for that one. I remember it being good. There was a little bit of heartbreak, but it's a happy ending. Book two is This Woven Kingdom. Now this book is by one of my favorite authors, Tahara Mafi, and I have like one of her other books right here that I will get to later on. But basically in this book, and it's a series, it takes time. It's not in the first book, not in the second book, but by like the third book, which is the most recent one, you finally get to see that like Marriage of Convenience. And then also they like, she's kind of trope fishing a little bit in the series. They're a little bit grumpy sunshine. Like the girl being Eliza and the guy being, I think his name is, and it's pretty good. Another trope that's in there that I didn't mention is like two more. So the one bed trope is in the book, in the third book, and then also the last trope that I didn't mention for that one, I'm like, it's not coming to mind right now. Easy trope for like this book that is a little bit of a trope fisher is like, oh, that's my husband, that's my wife, like that thing. It's like where he's like, get your hands off my wife, even though it's a marriage of convenience, and we're all like, oh, as the audience, it's pretty good, pretty good. So that is it for the trope category of marriage of convenience. Our next category is enemies to lovers. So for the enemies to lovers trope, this series is the one I chose. And it is First Life. It's a trilogy. I love it so much. And it is by Gina Showalter. And I've read only that. I don't think she has any other books that I'm really into, but the First Life series, like chef's kiss, perfect. It is like mainly about this girl named Tenley Lockwood, and she meets a couple of people, so I don't want to reveal who her like actual love interest ends up being. But she, it's a science fiction book, of course, and it's a romance book, of course, but her and whoever that main character ends up being do not get along for a long time because they're kind of like on opposing teams. I don't want to say it's a Romeo and Juliet type of book because it's not, but it's like one group of people, which is like Myriad. It's all about self-gain, putting yourself first. And it like their phrase is might is right. So they just care, like it's very self-centered versus Troika, which is the other place, which is where she, oh, spoiler alert, oh, okay. But, and the other place is like where they think light is sight. So it's like about being a good person, about caring about others, and people decide which one they go to after they die, and they're on opposing sides of it all, and that's all I can say for the enemies to lovers in this book. But please go read this one, if nothing else. I love it. I actually have another series that I like very, very much, and this one's huge. This book right here, I'm gonna put like the books all over the screen, but probably not like that, probably like It is amazing. It's such a big series, and she put her heart into this. I feel like, and she'll like talk about the authors. The same one has what was actually before this book. She'll do live where she talks about those, and she's like, and it's like gold. Like, she's so passionate about this series. Like, you don't even understand. This is enemies to lovers because the two main characters. Actually, this one's like, I can't say, but somehow it ends up being an enemies to lovers. Amazing, amazing. So get in there. All right, now, I know all you trope people like who read books off of like TikTok because it has this trope in it are gonna be upset. But our next segment is going to be if you like, then you'll love. All right, so if you like The Bachelor, you will love the Selection series. I'm telling you. Now, I don't have book one because somebody needs to give it back to me. Stop letting people borrow your books. Lost it that way. Anyways, so this book right here, this is the third of the series, but I can actually show you what these are the first two. I can actually show you what it looks like. And in this book, a prince, and he is looking for his kind of like bride. And so it's a selection of 20 girls all over the nation. And they do the process this way to show to the people that they are like, it's like a sign of good faith to boost morale in the country. So the girl is picked out from among them, and they have a caste system. So like 8 is at the bottom, 1 is the top, which is now her, maybe not. Well, guys, that's not even a spoiler. You see her on the cover. Oh my gosh, like you would know. Anyways, so this like series ends up being really good, and we go throughout like the process and when she lives at her home, and then when she gets selected. And there's also like rebel attacks going on because some people don't like this government system. Oh my gosh, I love it. And her main, like the main character's name, her name is America. And that's because America doesn't exist anymore. So from what her mom knows, America was a country that fought for freedom. So she wanted to have a daughter who was a fighter in a good way, not in a, you know. Anyways, like I was saying, fighter. She ends up being a true fighter for all the right reasons and all the good things. Great series. And it's very beginner friendly. Let me mention that. This is something I read in like 5th grade, 4th grade, but I was at an advanced reading level. But I think it's good for anybody who wants to get into reading. It's like, I don't know, it feels good. Gentle, easy for you. Now, if you like science fiction romance, then you will love, and I have 2 series for you here. The first one is Starbound. Starbound is like a space fiction, and they're kind of like fighting against not government, but kind of like a bit of a tyrant type of guy. And he's just like a very rich and powerful person. He's not in the government in any way, shape, or form, but it's just like he owns a big company that they use for space travel. And throughout the books, we kind of like meet these 3 couples, and at the end, they all like meet together, and they end up like kind of saving the day, saving the world. Like, but it's good. It's in space. I enjoyed it, so that's all I have to say on that one. But another book that is also like in this category, our second one, is the Illuminae Files. And that one, wow. Very immersive. And I listen with audiobooks, I didn't mention that, but it's very immersive, and it's very, very like transporting. And it's not just romance. We also see like a lot of different pieces and parts of different people. And there's also some representation for people who are wheelchair bound in the books, which is very good. I really liked it, and I think you should definitely read that before you read Starbound, my opinion. And honorable mention, Aurora Rising is also a book that kind of floats in that world of authors. I liked it until I didn't. It ended poorly for me, but also recommending it, just throwing it out there. Wait, I'm gonna like me tossing the book to you. Catch. Yes. Now, if you like an all-around good author, then you will love Abby Jimenez. Literally any book by her. Like, I don't, like, there's not a specific book that I'm even gonna go with at first, just like any book by her. You'll love it, you'll love it, you'll love it. Trust me. So she does talk about like topics, like they're realistic romances, so it's not like anything magical is going on, except for one book. So if you're hating this and you're gonna skip forward for this part, wait 1 second. One book of hers that is like kind of realistic, but has this like little bit of magic to it, if that's what you're looking for, is Part of Your World. It's like Too Many Coincidences, and it's like an old hometown, and it's good. Trust me. The source, trust me, bro. Wait, really good. Love. Now back to what I was saying about her being an author who writes realistically. She writes a lot of books kind of about serious topics within her world, like still being like, you know, like palatable and like a nice read, and still kind of having a little bit of escapism to it. Some of the topics she covers are MS, which is multiple sclerosis. Currently editing, it was not multiple sclerosis, it was ALS. So please ignore every time I say MS, I mean ALS. And then she talks about Alzheimer's. She also talks about hoarding, which I didn't know was that serious until I read the book, and I was like, oh. And then the death of significant others. For my long distance people, for my long distance couples, a good one is Say You'll Remember Me. That is about a long distance couple. And then The Friend Zone is the one, that's like another one of my favorites by her. That's the first one I ever read by her. And then the last one, for multiple sclerosis specifically, that book was Life's Too Short, which was also a favorite of mine. And now, if you like drama, you will love this book right here. American Royals, it's a series, and all right, don't judge me, never finished reading the series. I only read the first two, but honestly, these books had me stressed. It was really, really bad, but in a good way. Like, it's good stress, like reality TV in some pages. Very, very good. The main character, to me, I didn't feel like she was a little bit annoying, but not in the sense that like, oh, she's like, woe is me, but she was just like a different level of serious. And this is like, in this book series, America's like a monarchy, and so she's a part of like the crown, and she's like the next one in line to have the throne, and she just like goes about her life. Very nice, very good, enjoyed it. Now my second book for that is the Cruel Prince series. That, I don't even remember most of the book. All I remember is that like I was biting my nails, I was so stressed out, and it was like very full of drama. Not at the beginning, but once you got into the meat and potatoes of the thing, it was, I don't want to say anxiety inducing, but like very like, whatever that means. And finally, if you like haunting books, then you will love, first one, Sunrise on the Reaping. So now, if you're familiar with the Hunger Games, it is Haymitch's Hunger Games that we talk about. And you know, there's no real happy ending there because that was long before Katniss came along. And so we kind of see how everybody goes out, because everybody does go out. But it's like very, very haunting. I remember I listened to the audiobook version of that too. And for days after, I was just thinking about like some of the stuff that was like written and repeated in the story. It was very good, but very haunting. And then my last book recommendation of this video, if you guys want another one, I'll do another one, is Wuthering Heights. I know, you're gonna be like, potatoes, or no, we're not throwing potatoes. Tomato, boo! Yes, it is Wuthering Heights. Because I read the book as soon as I saw this movie was coming out, and I saw it was Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Read the book before watching the movie, which I haven't watched yet. I've only read the book. Whoa, very haunting. And I feel like the movie's making it seem a little bit more PG-13 than it actually is. It's like in the book, the most they do is kiss, but it's a really, it's a good book. It's haunting and it's a little weird. You can tell it was written a while ago, but I like it. I liked it. It was like a 7 out of 10 for me, just because it's like not my typical romance. So yeah, and that's that. All right, guys, I just wanted to say thank you for watching my video, and hopefully you actually read the books. Please read the books. Read the books. Happy Black History Month.